What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KB King Size here, and let's have a quick chit chat about some cards that are coming out really soon. Obviously, you can tell by the title of this video and the thumbnail, we're talking about the Time Stranger promos. These cards are a topic of discussion that let's try this again. Promos in general are a topic of discussion that we'll talk about at a later date. I've been planning and trying to get my words together and thoughts about how I feel about Digimon and their promos after playing this game for so long. But definitely today, I really want to talk about what I really think about these Time Stranger promos and what this kind of shows, what this kind of, we really need to take into consideration with this deck. And with promos in general, but definitely this deck for sure. So Time Stranger, obviously, something I've been interested in. I did some of my playthrough. You guys can see it on the channel. I need to actually upload the rest of that so you guys can watch that. But this is interesting. So back in what set did we get these? BG23. Yeah, BG23. We got the first. What is this? 3, 4, 5, 6 promos. We got the first widely available promos, the first 6, which would be the Marukimon, the Minervamon, the Titamon. We also got the 3 promo tamers, which were the Asuna, the Monica, and the Hiroko. All important figures to the game. Super cool. We got these promos already. They were like dirt cheap on release. Now it's a different story. And then along with that, we also got 2 other promos that were not super widely available. The first times we were able to get these were, I want to say, a Comic-Con for a demo deck. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but the first time these were available were in a demo deck. They were in a demo deck. I just don't know where. But we had no real way to get these cards, which would be the Aegiomon, which is a seemingly important card to get, as well as the Inori Tamer, which, I mean, with Aegiomon is a very important card to have. I think the demo decks have been given out a couple times. There's supposed to be like learning store events coming at the end of the year for actual tournament organized stores, which is great. It's another way to get them. But these cards are so hard to find and so expensive. And now we've added more because there was the Time Stranger promo pack that's supposed to get along with your tournament packs at tournaments, which initially was only going to Europe at first. We were supposed to get them the same, actually sorry, no, we were supposed to get them at the same time first. And then Europe got them first, ours got delayed. Stores are just now getting these cards. And we're just now getting, well, these packs. The packs come with 1 card. And that pack is the Gomamon, Devimon, it's Patamon, another Aegiomon, it's the same Aegiomon, but another, printing with a background. As well as another Inori, as well as a Kanan and a Dan, who are your main characters for the game, the protagonists for the game. So you have a set of, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. You're getting 1 card per pack. Is a while supplies last. Only supposed to be given out through November and like the beginning of December for a set that comes out in January, when your store's only going to run 1 demo event. There's a problem here. As somebody who's very interested in this deck, I am fortunate enough to have picked up my pieces already. I've ordered all the new cards from the new Time Stranger pack. I've ordered those already. I already had my Minervas, Titamons, Marukimons, so those were like secured when and the other tamers secured all those when BG23 came out because they were like dirt cheap. But now that we're getting reveals for the set, which we've already seen the new Marukimon, we've seen the Gomamon, some level 4s, we've seen an egg for the deck, and the first option, as well as the dual tamer for Dan and Kanan. This is interesting because this is gonna it's seeming like at least some of these pieces from these tournament from the TS pack that you will need, at least the rookies. At the very least, you'll need the rookies. Those rookies have great effects. And probably the Kanan and the Dan Tamer. I'd also say the Minerva and Marukimon. I'd also say the Titamon. I think everything except for the odd tamers we got with the box toppers, you probably need for this deck, or at least want to have for the option. But when these cards are, so hard to find, and then when you find somewhere to get them, which our only option is to go on things like TCG Player, you're paying $6-7 for a rookie, a single copy. You're paying, I think I paid $7 for each Kanan. I paid $6 for each Inori. That's rough. And that's me getting, at least for the Inori and the Egg Mons that I bought, I got the lower cost ones because the ones from the demo deck are about double the price. Thankfully, Inori is getting another printing with an alt art, and the heroine set, but that's a premium item that you can't order anymore. Aegamon got a printing in the collection edition for the game. Yeah, one copy. It did get restocked, but it's still a luxury item you had to buy a collection edition of a video game for. This is an interesting thing, because I think these cards are really good. I think these cards are great. I'm excited to play this deck. I'm sure other people are excited as well. I know a homie of mine in my testing group is also excited to play. As he's picking up his pieces the same as I have, as well as people in my other servers. It's just, if this is the way we have to do this, this is not good. I'm hoping that there's another run of these packs, or these things get printed again when the set drops, or when the reprint set comes out, which is in March, I thought it was coming out much earlier. It's just weird to me. It's weird because I'm really excited about this stuff, but it's hard to be like, man, I really want these cards. If I didn't have the funds to get them, I wouldn't get them. They came out, I think Patamon was the most expensive when it first dropped. It was $8. Everything else was about like $4 or $5. The reveals for the set started happening. Everything skyrocketed, like exponentially skyrocketed. The packs are out now, and they're limited to capacity, which is driving the price down a little bit, but it's still like I get the promo cards, I get it. This is still crazy that this is how we have to get this stuff to play a deck where I'm so sure all these pieces are not going to be needed, but some of these pieces are definitely going to be needed. And if you're waiting until release time or post-release, you probably will never see these cards. You're going to pay a lot more than you want to, especially if the deck does well. And with a deck like this, it's toolboxy, an archetype like this, it's going to do well. Out the jump, it's going to do well. And it's going to keep getting support, same way CS does, and all that good stuff. So it's weird, and I'm not excited about it. Not as excited as I want to be, because I think these cards should be more easily accessible to people than what we have. I'm really hoping that these prices kind of flop, or make, like, again, another run of these packs would be so sick to have another run of these packs. People just pick these cards up and have them. Again, I feel so lucky that I, in my like, hey, I'm up at 3 a.m. let me look at TCG Player, and I just like, hey, let me just grab these cards, because as soon as I grabbed mine, they started revealing more cards, and the prices shifted again. So this is just interesting to me that you know, this is not the first time it's happened, but it's like it's still happening. You know, I really want Bandai to do well because we're now at the point of the, you know, the simultaneous release for the game. We've been at this point since the beginning of the year pretty much. And it's great. I'm enjoying that we're at this point with the game, but I want Bandai to do more for the game. Give us a bigger run of promo cards. Give us more access to these things like you do for, you know, Japan and Asian speaking countries. Some things for Europe. You know, Europe kind of gets the short end of the stick sometimes, but this is when they got a leg up on us. Make this stuff make sense, Bandai. As a player base, we want this stuff. We'll go to events. We'll participate in stuff at locals. We'll do whatever. But you got to show us that you'll provide us with what we need. Again, and providing price support is another topic I'd like to talk about at another video, not this one. I don't know. I want people's thoughts on this. I want you guys' thoughts on this with this whole Time Stranger promos. And, you know, like I said, a lot of these cards, at least the rookies at the very least, are really good and sound really cool. I think that I definitely think that we gotta see bigger runs of this stuff, or more something to make this stuff make sense, because right now it just doesn't. So yeah, like I said, guys, talk to me down below. I genuinely want to hear what you guys think about this. And, you know, what are you planning to play the deck? Do you have the cards? Are you just not worried about them? Has this made you rethink picking up the deck? Or your thoughts about picking up these cards? This is a topic I really want to discuss with people. Specifically for this deck, but we'll get into reprints and promos and stuff at another day. It's another video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. I'm just rambling. I have no script. I have no nothing. I'm looking at the prices I paid on TCG Player. I guess I'll show some of that on the screen here with all my information blocked out. But yeah, just let's chat. Let's chat, YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.